Okay, let's dive in. We've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Those really sweltering summer days. The humidity just sticks to you, and you start craving something specific.
Yeah.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into how people in Korea handle that intense summer heat. And it's not just about AC, it's really fascinatingly about food. Traditional foods, modern foods, the whole range.
Exactly. And what I find really compelling here, looking at the material, is this kind of dual approach they take with food. You've got some things that give you that immediate, cool relief. But then there are other foods, and this is interesting, that are eaten more for, like, long-term reasons, building up health, stamina, to really endure the worst of the heat. So our mission here is basically to unpack the key insights from this material we both looked at, helping you understand the appeal, the cultural side of these Korean summer staples.
Right. And Korean summers, they're known for being pretty intense. We're talking scorching heat, really sticky humidity. It's the kind of weather that just makes you crave something, well, refreshing, obviously, but also maybe energizing.
Yes, absolutely. The climate itself really shapes that culinary response. You need dishes that offer instant comfort, sure, but also something that gives you sustained energy to, get through those long, hot days and months.
Okay, so one of the first things that really jumps out and honestly sounds like pure bliss in a bowl is bingsu. Now, this isn't just any shaved ice. The description makes it sound like a proper indulgence. What makes it so special beyond just being cold? What's the deal with bingsu being such a quintessential summer thing in Korea?
Well, bingsu it's more than just a dessert, I think. It often feels like a social thing, right? People share it,
Right.
especially when it's just unbearably hot outside. And the charm, I think, is the sheer variety you get. The toppings create this amazing mix of textures and flavors. You have the shaved ice itself, super soft, melts instantly. Then maybe chewy red beans or little mochi pieces, and bursts of fresh fruit, creamy condensed milk, sometimes even ice cream on top. It's this interplay of textures, chewy, soft, creamy, juicy, makes it a whole experience.
Wow, yeah, that texture part sounds key. It really shows how it's not just about cooling down, but enjoying the different sensations.
Exactly. It kind of raises that question, doesn't it? What actually makes a food feel refreshing in the summer? Is it just the cold? Or is it the juiciness, maybe lightly seasoned? Bingsu sort of hits all those notes.
That's a great point. So moving beyond the sweet stuff, the material also talks a lot about cold noodle dishes. Another summer staple. We've got naengmyeon, those buckwheat noodles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Served in that icy, sometimes tangy broth, known for being chewy, cooling, really satisfying. And then there's bibimbap, no broth there, but the noodles are tossed in this spicy, slightly sweet sauce.
Right. Two very different experiences, but both aiming for that same refreshing hit. Naengmyeon gives you that literal chill from the icy broth. Super direct cooling. Bibimbap, though, it uses spice. Which sounds counterintuitive, maybe, but that spicy kick can also feel surprisingly invigorating and, yes, cooling in its own way when it's hot out.
Interesting how spice can do that. And of course, we can't talk summer food in Korea without mentioning watermelon. It's described as pretty much the go-to fruit. Juicy, sweet, those crunchy black seeds. People just eat it after meals, take it on outings. Simple pleasure.
Yeah, watermelon is huge. And it shows how simple, natural foods become these big cultural symbols for the season. It's hydrating, it's sweet, but it's also about the shared experience. The material even mentions people playing games like splitting watermelons on the beach, so it becomes part of the fun, the whole summer ritual. It's that uncomplicated joy.
Okay, so we have all these cool, crisp, refreshing things. The bingsu, noodles, watermelon. Makes sense. But then the material throws a curveball with samgyetang, a traditional ginseng chicken soup. Hot soup, steaming hot soup. When it's already scorching outside, that feels completely backwards. How does that work? What's the thinking there?
Ah, yes, samgyetang. This is where that fascinating concept of yeol comes in. It literally translates to something like fight fire with fire or govern the heat with heat.
Fight fire with fire. Okay.
Right. So the belief is by eating this hot soup, you actually raise your core body temperature slightly, which then makes you sweat more. And as that sweat evaporates, it cools your body down, arguably more effectively than just eating something cold.
Huh. So you sweat more, and that cools you.
That's the idea. Plus, look at the ingredients. Ginseng, known for helping the body cope with stress, fighting fatigue, like an adaptogen. And the chicken provides lean protein, nutrients you need when the heat is draining your energy. It's about boosting stamina, replenishing what the heat takes out of you. There are even specific days called chobok, jungbok, malbok, marking the hottest periods, when many Koreans make a point of eating samgyetang. It's a tradition to help them endure, to build resilience against that peak summer heat.
Wow, okay. That's actually pretty incredible. So it's less about immediate chill, more about a strategic way to manage your body's energy and temperature over the long haul. We've covered such a range here today.
Yeah.
From the pure icy delight of bingsu and those refreshing cold noodles, the simple joy of watermelon,
Oh.
all the way to this really counterintuitive but deeply traditional hot soup, samgyetang.
Yeah.
It just shows such a diverse, really thoughtful way of approaching summer eating.
It really does. And what's fascinating, I think, is how all these different foods, whether they're instantly cooling or, internally energizing like samgyetang, they're all deeply woven into the cultural fabric of summer in Korea. They're not just about filling you up. They offer specific benefits. They help build that stamina we talked about. And they often involve communal eating, strengthening social bonds. It's all part of how people don't just survive the heat, but actually kind of thrive through it.
Absolutely. So thinking about all this for you, our listener, after exploring these Korean summer traditions, maybe it makes you think, what does refreshing or energizing food mean in your own experience during hot weather? And thinking about the bingsu, the naengmyeon, bibimbapsu, watermelon, or even the samgyetang. Which of these Korean summer foods sounds most appealing to you? Which one are you most curious to try, or maybe even suggest to a friend next time the heat hits?